I did not grow up a middle class child, and I am not a middle class person right now. When I talk about the struggle, I'm talking about what's real. And I know most of the Democrats, liberals, and leftists are out here just living their best life, so much so that they run up to our comment sections and try to beat us with bootstraps. I did not grow up a middle class kid. And even though I keep reaching for it and reaching for it, it did not come from my kids either. And I'm still reaching for it, and I'm still reaching for it. I can't seem to grasp it. And I will make no apologies for feeling like my voice is at least worth something, even if my pockets ain't. Even if I don't own anything, I own this. And I am going to use it, whether they like it or not. And nobody has to pay me for it. All those people in my comment section, Trump is paying you, white supremacists paying you. I got $15.37 in my bank account right now. And I'm hungry. Nobody is paying me to speak what is real. It is real for me. Don't tell me to get an education. I got it. Don't tell me to get a better job. My job is pretty good. I make pretty good money. I cannot afford this rent. I cannot afford to get back and forth and pay for groceries and everything else. I can't. And even though you on the left and everybody else seems to be having parties at Obama's and Diddy's house with Oprah and the rest of the celebrities, a lot of us over here don't have that privilege. I would appreciate it if y'all didn't come and just rub it in. You look poor. I am poor. You need a better job. I need 2 jobs. Either you help or you keep your highfalutin Democrat business to yourself. I don't think y'all really understand. Clearly, y'all in a whole nother world. Y'all in a whole nother world. Y'all do not understand what's going on out here. But this supply chain is about to be even more jacked up for all those who are looking and watching.
Yeah, the parties have completely switched from what I was taught what a Democrat was back in the day. And they was wrong back in the day, but it's even more pronounced now because Democrats have basically become demonic. Ain't that crazy? And that when we was raised up, we was taught culturally that Democrats was for the poor and Republicans was for the rich. And that could not have been any more of a lie and more pronounced than it is today. Because all of the Democrats, especially the ones that are celebrities, I seen Tyler Perry out there campaigning for Kamala Harris, Lizzo, Oprah, Oprah. And it's so funny when you think about Oprah and all of the hyenas on The View because hopefully I'll be able to get a chance to be able to break down some of the stuff that Trump said on Joe Rogan. But they all loved Trump. And it's funny because when you think about it, all of the ones that are culturally relevant to us that are campaigning and stomping for Kamala Harris are the ones that are the richest. And so while they sit here and you see Usher and all of these people campaigning for Kamala Harris, everybody that really need the help and the ones that need it the most, the ones that's the poorest, are always the ones that's following the Democratic leaders who just so happen to most of the time be celebrities. Obama got rich. Everybody got rich off of the back of y'all. And so now Republicans, now that we've opened up our eyes to realize that it's not about handouts, because that's the thing that keep you tied to the party that keeps you poor. It's about opportunity. And over the last 3.5 years, And we've seen this at no other time in our lifetime. In our lifetime, we've seen it get exponentially worse over the last 3.5 years, more than any other time. We had peace, prosperity, no new wars, troops was coming home, record job growth, record wage growth, low inflation. We had no real illegal immigration that was coming into this country because he had really stemmed the tide, and he had implemented and strengthened 90 over 94 new policies that prevented people from coming over here illegally. And somehow, some way, it just completely turned. In 3.5 years, everybody's life went like this and like this. I know people that's getting laid off left and right. I know people are part of the steel industry. I know y'all hear me talk about this all the time. The steel industry and the automotive industry that's worried out of their eyeballs, laid off, slow. I know people that is trying to figure it out day to day. I know workers that worked at Chrysler, well, Stellantis, but we all called it Chrysler in Detroit, that as soon as they got their little bonus checks, as soon as they got their little bonus checks, they offered to buy them a Wagoneer. And right after that, they laid them off. It's bad. It's very, very bad for most people within the culture. Yet they telling you that you can afford to vote based off of identity politics and not based off of the opportunities in your pocketbooks. Over the last 3.5 years, all I've been hearing is the cost of groceries, rent, people can't afford to breathe left and right. Yet we sitting here talking about identity politics. And it's funny because when they talk about Trump, they acting like they didn't experience what it was like over the last 4 years or the previous 4 years. And they, oh, he gonna do this. Then why he ain't did it already? The same question that we asked Kamala Harris. If you gonna do this, why haven't y'all done it already? And nobody can seem to give me an answer. All they keep talking about is what they think is going to happen, but we have real proof. And when people finally start to speak out and say, listen, man, I've been voting this way my entire life. And at least 12 of the last 16 years, it's been bad. And I can't even breathe, and I got a halfway decent job. And I warned y'all. I said it. I said, look, man, when I seen what happened in the 2020 election, all of my videos are still up. They still up. Millionaire Morning Show videos, they still up. And I said, look, y'all gonna be in trouble. Y'all are absolutely, positively going to be in a world of trouble because what you think 40, 50, 60, and $70,000 look like today, it's gonna cost you a minimum of 100 just to breathe. And they're gonna tax you to death. And then they're gonna double tax you after you get your money after it's been taxed of how much it's gonna cost you to live. And they're gonna raise your property taxes. And then they sent in a bunch of immigrants. I didn't imagine that they was gonna open it up. I knew Biden said that they're not building another inch of border wall. Now they trying to allocate another $650 million in order to build another border wall. Ain't that crazy? Y'all better wake up. Where has identity politics gotten you? Where has being a Democrat gotten you? And do me a favor this time. When you answer this question, because you only got to answer it for yourself unless you answer it in the comments, try to leave Trump out of it when you answer me of how it is that you've benefited off of it or how you're going to continue to benefit off of Kamala Harris. How many more lies can they sell y'all before you realize that you all lied out? Before you pass this expectation and generational trauma onto your children, before they have to turn 40, they got to live 40 years on this earth before they decide that, you know what? This ain't working out for me. Let's wake up. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Maybe you'll learn something in there to where you won't have to depend on the political party regardless. Teach Henley 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I'm going to link this woman down in the description because I always like to give credit to the content creators. And then make sure you get your tickets to see me. All of that discount code Anton is down there. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll let you later. It's bad.